What do you think is going to happen here? Will the price go up or down, and should we take a long or a short trade? This is a chart from 3 weeks ago, and I think this is going to prove to be very, very helpful when it comes to improving our technical analysis and price action skills. So we're starting on the 1 hour, and what we can clearly see is that the market has been in a good recent uptrend here. The market has been making higher highs and higher lows. This is our current highest high point, and this is a very important reference point. And this swing point here is our current highest low point. Let's zoom out a bit and let's see what we can make of here. So here we have a very important swing point. Let's grab this point and then see where it lines up. And you can see that this major swing point that led to a strong turnaround, the market really shot up here into this point and then turned around here very, very strongly, is also where the price is currently struggling. And whenever you find those really significant turning points, even they are not classic support resistance levels where you have multiple touch points, if you see a level that shows you such a strong reaction of a market turning, that's something to always pay attention to. If you like this way of trading, make sure to check out my ultimate trading program. It's a trading course where I summarized my 16 years of trading experience into a few hours worth of video content. But there's so much more than just videos. You receive support from me 7 days a week. Every day, when you have a question, you can reach out, ask me questions, and I will respond to you 7 days a week. The trading program here consists of a trading course. There are over 80 new videos that I've never shared anywhere else before. The mentoring part is included. We have regular live webinars, and you will also be part of a lively community of traders from all around the world. I'm not using other teachers, I'm not using other mentors. You will be able to interact with me always directly. You learn my day trading strategies, my swing trading strategies, and you can apply to all the different time frames. Whether you are a completely new trader or you already have some experience, the course will help you make the step to the next level. The course in this program helps to build up your trading knowledge step by step. Here's a rough outline of the course, and as I said, there are over 80 brand new videos, so there's a lot for you to learn, and you will learn my actual trading strategies. I have dozens and dozens of trade examples for you. I show you how to backtest it. I give you my exact price action entry rules, and I'll show you exactly how to trade and how to prepare your charts. We also currently have a discount running, so make sure to check the link in the video description. And now let's get back to the video. So we have a market making higher highs, higher lows, and we're hitting the resistance here. Let's go one time frame higher. And here we can see on the daily time frame that the market also is in a strong uptrend here, right? The market is making higher highs and higher lows. This is the highest high from our daily time frame. So this is the highest high from the daily time frame. Really, really important level to keep in mind. And what does this tell us is that currently the market is in a pullback phase, whereas the market previously advanced very strong. We had the pullback, and now we are potentially in our next impulsive leg. So this could be an impulsive wave, but as long as the market is not trading above the high, it's not super bullish, or it's not as bullish as it could be. And that's something to always keep in mind here when we go to a lower time frame. It is bullish, but the market is not able to reach the highest high point yet. And also, looking at this drop here, this trend wave that formed our last swing point, or our last trend wave from the highest high to the bottom of this swing point, is extremely strong. When we look back at this uptrend here previously, we are not able to see a trend wave that is as strong as this one. And whenever you see such a change in trend structure, and whenever you see that the market is suddenly putting out a trend wave that is significantly different from what we have seen in the past, and that goes really strongly against what we have seen in the past, that is something to keep in mind. So we can say we are bullish overall, but there are more and more signs of a bearish market here. Back to our lower time frame. What do we make out of this, and what is our trading plan? Our trading plan is quite simple. This is the level from the daily time frame, and this is our highest high from our lower time frame. So if the market is able to take out the highest point here, we are going to look for continuations all the way into this significant point from our daily time frame. And that would be our first bullish trading plan. If the market is then able to break above the high here from the daily, we would look for additional long entries. But at first, we want to only get what is in quotes safe. And we don't want to push and hold a trade through such a big daily level. We want to take the first leg here first. But assuming the market is not pushing higher, where do we get short? In this example, it's very straightforward, and those are the markets that I'm looking for in my trading. So here's the last resistance, that's a support level now. And if we get below this, that could indicate a short and signal a short position. What do we have for a short position? What is supporting here a short position? We have here the daily time frame that is currently not pushing into a new daily high. We have here our last point, which then is looking like a fake out. And if the market is breaking this area, we have a trend structure shift. So if you're looking at Elliott wave theory and Dow theory, whenever the market is breaking into a lower low, that's a significant change in market structure. And a change in market structure, a break into a lower low, would be here. So as long as the market is trading inside of this area, we are in a neutral market phase. And that's something that I always try to help my students get to know. You have to understand when the market is neutral, and then you find those tipping points. When do we start turning bullish? Here. And then when do we start turning bearish? That's down here. And identifying those neutral areas where you don't trade because you don't have a clear read on the market and you don't have enough supporting evidence for a trade, that's the area where you don't trade. And it's so important to also know when you don't trade. In my experience, and I've been trading over 16 years, it is even more important to know when not to trade than compared to getting into a trade. Because staying out of the market when you don't have an edge is going to save you a lot of money in the long term. So I have fasted forward a little bit and the market is now breaking the swing point. As we can see, here we also have news. This is PPI, it's a high impact news. And the actual number is different from the forecast and what is also what the previous number was. Often the news just support what the price action is going to do anyway. The news often don't change the picture that much. The news are often a catalyst for what is going to happen anyway. So they just make things happen faster when we have supporting news. So now you can see the market is breaking into a lower low. Very bearish sign. When we add the RSI, that's the 14 period RSI, we can also see that we have a divergence, right? So from here to here, the RSI is making a lower high, whereas if we connect the same highs on the price action, so here is this high to this high, which is this high on the RSI, you can see the price action is making higher highs, whereas the RSI is making lower highs. That's a divergence, and it shows us that the RSI is picking up this bearishness. We also now see that the market is making lower highs here on the price action. When we go to the daily time frame, let's clear all of this for a moment. We also see that the market is making lower highs. So this is the ultimate highest high that we marked previously. That's the lowest lower high here that we have also found on the intraday chart. And we can see the market is making lower highs. Really, really important change in the market structure. So back on the 1 hour, this could have been our entry price. And we can now think about getting into a short position. Stops orders should be above the breakout level, but not that close because volatility is potentially going to increase around breakouts, especially if it happens with a news release. So we put our stop loss above the candle high. For targets, we can look left on the price action, and we're going to look for natural support and resistance, such as here is a big support and resistance flip zone. And then down here, we have another area where we have a lot of interest. So what we could do is first take our trade until here, maybe think about exiting the trade or pulling in our stop loss a little bit. And if we see a sign that the market is pushing through and there are no bearish signals that go against our trend, against our trade, then we could extend our target. The market is hitting our first target, and looking at the price action, do you see any signs of the market slowing down? I don't think so. There's no real sign that the market is showing any bullish signs. We had a little bit of a consolidation, but the market shook it off and then continued lower. So at that point, you can think about maybe taking partial profits, pulling in your stop loss, and then extending your target all the way to the bottom here. You can also just maybe target the midway, the halfway point between this support area and this support area. You could look at scaling out here. It's a little bit up to you how you want to approach your trades, but those are some ideas that you can work with. The market is pushing into the next support level. Again, we don't see a lot of bullishness here. The market struggled for a while, giving you this head and shoulder that we are seeing here as a continuation. The market might be retesting here the previous support level and the neckline, but overall it still looks good. You now have a very decent profit with a 4-hour trade, which if you can find those trades just a few times a week or a month, that could really be all that you need for your trading. You don't have to hold your trade for the ultimate target. A 4-to-1 reward to risk ratio is already quite exceptional. A little bit later, you can see we had another news event here that also drove the price towards the final take profit, and the price would have even kept going a little bit further. And this is how you can then make sense of your charts with a top-down approach, looking at trend analysis, momentum, higher lows, lower lows, finding trading plans, and then writing your trades.